The reign of Trump, a tightening grip on the GOP. Donald Trump's influence on the Republican Party is undeniable. It's like that moment you realize the cute, fluffy bunny you brought home has sharp teeth and a taste for blood. His grip on the party has only tightened since his return to the political stage. Trump has effectively leveraged a potent blend of charisma and intimidation. This has solidified his position as the de facto leader of the GOP. Trump demands unwavering loyalty from his followers. This is not uncommon in politics, however, the level of devotion he commands is unusual. Republican lawmakers are caught in a bind. They risk alienating their base if they defy him. This fear has led many to toe the line, even when it means compromising their principles. This climate of fear has created a situation where dissent is rare. It has also created a situation where challenging Trump can be career suicide. The Republican Party, once a bastion of conservative values, now appears to be beholden to one man. Trump's influence has reshaped the party in his image. He has driven away moderate voices. He has also embraced a more populist and nationalist tone. The long-term consequences of this shift are still unfolding. However, one thing is certain. The GOP of today is not the GOP of old. It is now a party increasingly defined by Trump's brand of politics. A system-rigged loyalty over expertise. One of the hallmarks of Trump's leadership style has been his penchant for prioritizing loyalty over experience. This is particularly evident in his appointments to key positions. He has filled his administration with individuals who have demonstrated unwavering allegiance. This has come at the expense of qualified and experienced individuals. This pattern has continued in his second term. Trump's nominees for crucial roles, such as Pete Hegseth for Defense Secretary, raise serious concerns. Hegseth, a vocal supporter of Trump, has been criticized for his lack of experience and his extreme views. His appointment, along with others like it, suggests that Trump is more interested in consolidating his power. He is not interested in governing effectively. This disregard for expertise extends beyond appointments. Trump has consistently sidelined experts and relied on his own instincts. This has been evident in his handling of everything from the COVID-19 pandemic to foreign policy. The consequences of this approach have been significant, often to the detriment of the American people. By surrounding himself with yes-men and dismissing expert advice, Trump has created an echo chamber. This echo chamber reinforces his own biases and limits his ability to make sound decisions. A looming shadow, the threat to democracy. The consolidation of power within the Republican Party under Trump, coupled with his disregard for democratic norms, has raised serious concerns about the future of American democracy. Trump's rhetoric and actions suggest a troubling disregard for the rule of law and the importance of checks and balances. His attacks on the media, his attempts to undermine the electoral process, and his willingness to use the power of his office for personal gain, all point to a dangerous erosion of democratic values. The situation is further complicated by the fact that many of Trump's supporters seem unfazed by these concerns. They view him as a strong leader who is not afraid to challenge the status quo. This disconnect between those alarmed by Trump's actions and those who support him highlights a deep polarization within American society. It also underscores the fragility of democratic institutions when faced with a leader willing to exploit them. The erosion of democratic norms is not a sudden event. It is a gradual process that often goes unnoticed until it is too late. The warning signs are there for those who are willing to see them. The question is, will enough Americans recognize the threat and act to defend their democracy before it is too late? A call to action: surveys, protests, and undisclosed strategies. In the face of this creeping authoritarianism, it is imperative that Americans take action to protect their democracy. This requires a multi-pronged approach. First, we need to understand the scope of the problem. Public surveys and polls are essential tools for gauging public opinion. We need to know how many Americans support Trump's actions. We also need to know how many are concerned about the direction of the country. Second, we need to make our voices heard. Peaceful protests and demonstrations are a cornerstone of democracy. We must be willing to take to the streets to defend our rights and freedoms. This is not about being anti-Trump. This is about being pro-democracy. Finally, we need to explore all available options for counteracting this alleged takeover. While the specifics remain undisclosed, there are individuals and organizations working tirelessly behind the scenes to develop strategies and legal challenges. These efforts are crucial to holding those in power accountable and ensuring that the principles of democracy are upheld. The fight for democracy is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires vigilance, determination, and a willingness to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult.